Hello, incisors and intellectuals, my name is TBS Guy, and welcome to the boss designs of Dark Souls 2. If you remember last time, we faced the old Dragon Slayer and the Belfry Gargoyles, and talked a little bit about the connection between Lordran and this new world of Drang Lake. Now, having run out of other obvious things to do either at the Lost Bastille or the Tower of Hyde, we're searching for something new to explore and a new boss to deal with. Hello.
Sorry, have we met? Oh, sorry. It's just I've been awfully busy lately.
Well, a lot of people in this game seem to be forgetting things.
Please, be my guest. I'm rich! I'm rich! I don't need to go home anymore.
Sitting on a chest.
Home? Home? Where is home?
That's a good question.
I don't need home.
So he's forgotten me, and he's also forgotten where he lives, and he's got some really nice clothes, but... Well, that's interesting.
Are you sure?
I may sell out while you're away. It seems to me you've sold out a little bit already, my friend. See, because I've been interested in this well for a bit. Because it seems like it should be possible to survive. But it isn't. Or is there some... Can you get a rope and attach it to a statue? Is that what it takes? I should probably talk to the NPCs. Like, that guy had new dialogue, so maybe... Oh.
Who are you again? No, I'm not. You do have a tie.
So she said that the last time I was here as well. Like, she was like, oh, who are you again? But now that the other guy has said it, has been confused about who I am, I wonder.
Are you going to see the old ones? Those four who have grown so incredibly ancient. They must have sprouted quite a thick coat of moss by now. For heaven's sake. No one even knows their names
No one even knows their names anymore. The lost sinner, right.
Imagine that. Yes, for you have a most pleasant scent. It grows nicer with each passing day.
As I take souls into myself, I see. So we've talked about this already. Like loss of identity, which is also loss of memory. It's loss of remembrance of who you are and who you were, which is something that's teased already in the intro cinematic, where, like, you see shattered, scattered memories kind of flashing through the minds of your protagonist as they approach the entrance to Drang Lake through the water into this new world. And it kind of seems like forgetting who people are is a bit of a major thing in this game. Does you have anything useful to buy? Oh, of course. The cat ring. Reduces damage from... That's how you get down the well. That's how you do it. Okay. Yes, excellent. All right, let's go down the hole. Oh, kitty cat, hi.
Oh.
Give me the ring. All right. Let's try this again. If I die after equipping this fucking ring, I'm gonna be upset. That was a lot of money. I live! God, but you have to be careful about this. Hey, a lockstone, nice. Am I supposed to drop down onto that? Oh, motherfuckers. Oh, FromSoft. Why does FromSoft put platforming in their games? Why do they do it? Ah! Ooh! Oh, you mother... Oh, that makes me mad. Oh, that pisses me off. Oh, you... Oh my God. Okay, I want to go over there. So... Yahoo! Okay. Oh, there's a ladder over there. But I can't go over there now. Right. Alright. Grave of Saints. Bonfire! Oh, thank God! We can go back down here now. We better be able to, or I'll be pissed. But I want to get to that ladder.
I give my life, not for honor, but for you.
Oh, okay. The only other thing to do from here is try and go further down. Oh, Ring of the Evil Eye. Neat. Oh, don't fall out over everything. Just drop down. Yes! Homeward Bone. Nice. What's this area? Oh, it's one of those little bugs. Yes, got him. Would you like to drop some items? No? Did it drop its items below? Alright. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, more than one. Oh, okay, it's a party. Any more of you? That's one of those knights that protect the doors. The King Vendrick doors. The one... Oh, great heal miracle. Life, death, skeleton? Question mark?
Is that what that is? Is that a skeleton? I don't know.
Nice. And dodge, 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 dodge. Everything's cool. Sublime, but oh, that's for that powers up my the bonfires. Let's just proceed and assume ambush. Like there's a lot of blood pools around here. Oh, I'm getting terrible flashbacks. Oh, this looks Blight Towny. Oh no! This place again? Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, buddy. This is very Blight Towny. Except for it's not all, like, overlaid with a sick green hue. So that's something different. I see. Okay, so once I go down there, there's no coming back up. Well, f*** it. Woohoo! Weakness back. Right. Token of Spite. Proof of defeating another world's master. Token recognized when the owner has traveled worlds to defeat others. When used, you are more likely to summon invaders from other worlds for a period of time. No, f*** off. I don't want to be invaded any more than I already have been. I don't know what that sound is, but I don't like it. That's a fog door. What? Oh, this is real Blight Towny all of a sudden. Oh, this is real Blight. The f was that? No! The gutter, huh? The gutter. Yeah. That name seems apt. Cast them into the Fire Modula to increase the HP restored with each use of your flask. Right, they say these are the remains of the saint who cast himself into the bonfire. Yes, let's do that. Let's explore the Grave of Saints, then. You going to try and kill me? Death ahead. Do it. Oh, hello. Rats. Oh, there they are. Here they are. They decided to try and kill me. Which is generally a bad decision. How do I get in there? Oh, I have to drop... Oh, that's a hanging skeleton. Or rather, a hanged skeleton, perhaps. I have to drop down from above, huh? There's a Pharos lockstone thing. And another one. Oh, is there gonna be like 14 Pharos lockstone things down here? And if some of them are gonna be traps or something? Yeah, oh god, there's a lot of them, isn't there? Think carefully, pointless. Okay. I don't like killing rats in games. I keep rats as pets, and they are lovely, fuzzy, adorable, pleasant little creatures. And I don't like how video games villainize them. Oh, there's a bonfire. Okay, thank God. Definitely feels like this area is designed to screw you. And I would be unsurprised if it turns out you don't need a single Pharos' lockstone down here at all. Hey! Bonfire and then a fog door immediately. Alright, so is there a boss in here, or is it just one of those fake doors? Oh, well, the music definitely says it's not. Oh, me sideways. Ah, maybe I should equip the petrification ring. Is this a boss, technically? It's more of a horde. Mamma statue! Mia. Wait, there's a boss. Oh, they're all the boss together. I guess? Is it joint HP thing? No? Well, how the hell did I hit one before? Oh, it's one rat. It's one of them. And I have to figure out which the one it is. And until I kill him, they're gonna respawn endlessly. Is that it? If I die here... Okay, I managed to hit him. I don't know which one he is, but I managed to hit him. Okay. I can respect that as a boss fight. F*** off! Which one are you? Because I can't see any signs, like... any... hell. Physical differences. I'm gonna get petrified before I find this guy. It must be one that's staying away from me. Yes! Son of a bitch. That's an interesting fight. But I'm not sure what to say about it design-wise? Oh, I see. All the rat statues are looking at one rat. That's the clue you're getting, is... There's a leader. Take him out. That's the clue you're getting. I see. Interesting fight. Not so much to say about the character design there. You could relate it, like, we've been talking about personal identity and so on and so forth, and the idea of a horde of creatures who are completely interchangeable and disposable, but a leader who is clearly not, sure, you can kind of work with that.
Leave this place, human. We have no time for thy kind. Humans bring nothing but filth.
Oh, you're not wrong. Hello, talking rat.
Is that a rat tail, human? Thou'st one of mine rat burrows conquered. This will not go unnoticed. Rejoice, for the right to serve me is now thine. Since thou'rt human still, permit me ask, wilt thou thy human soul surrender and pledge thyself to me? Swearest thou by the sweet-tempered sludge that laps at our bosoms?
No.
Of course. Humans are all alike. Get thee gone. We will tolerate thy stench no longer.
Hello. Oh boy, hi. That's the hanging skeleton we saw, right. Rat King Covenant is personally kind of compelling to me, but we'll explore covenants later, I think. But now... Hey, a Pharos' Lockstone. Whee! Don't die. Thank God. A severed rat's tail. Demonstrate fidelity by offering it to the Rat King and strengthen the bond with your covenant. The Rat King is proud and merciful as any king true to his stature should be. The Rat King looks favorably upon those who follow the right path of right, even disgraceful humans. The Rat King's loyal servant judges the worthiness of those who seek royal audience. Oh, I see. Soul of the Rat King's Vanguard of the underground realm. And now... we're back here again. Let's take two. Let's try again. See if we can find a bonfire down here. I think it was the statue spitting at me. Can I punish it for that? Yes. Was I right? Yeah, no spitty now. Not such hot shit now, are you? Oh, f*** you. Ah! Bonfire. Okay, fine. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with falling down. Okay. The places we can go are... there's the doors of Pharos, where there's still some stuff left to do. I think. I didn't explore it very much. And I think for the moment... let's start at the doors of Pharos, actually. Can't help but feel there's more to this area than just like a place that you pass through. Oh yeah, look, there's a whole, you can go that way. Is it just the one guy? Oh, what the f***? That inflicts a lot of bleed. Please tell me there aren't a lot more of those. Interesting place. This is gorgeous, though. Look at this. Hey, dwarf statue or petrified dwarf. Either or. And a bunch more Pharos Lockstone places. Oh, great. There's a dwarf up there. No, there's not. That's a dwarf. And a Pharos, and a Pharos, and a Pharos. Oh my god. This game trolls so hard to try and get you to waste all your Lockstones. Good grief. Ah! Did not even notice that that was there. Wait, what? Why are there axes coming down from above? I guess I'm summoned, as a gray spirit? I don't know what that means, but okay. So I guess I'm a gray Grey Spirit... and... why the hell are those... And this door is open. I guess whoever this world belongs to opened this? And opened that one, and there's an elephant man in there. And that one, and there's a dwarf in there. I am very confused right now. Not gonna lie. I'm not getting any souls for killing those things either. Well, there's someone over there. Did I get summoned into someone's world, and their hope is that I get killed by the enemies here? Is that it? I see you over there. What the f*** is your deal? Okay. What? I'm very confused by all this. Nope, he's trying to kill me. And he succeeded too. I don't understand any of this. What the hell just happened? Why did all of that shit happen? I spent items in there. As far as I can tell, I got summoned into his world, and he was running around and activating all of the traps while killing none of the enemies, somehow? And the idea was that I guess I go through a gauntlet to get to him? And I guess that's his idea of having fun? TLDR Rat Covenant lets you make a dungeon by activating traps in your world and dragging players into it. You win by either running to the fog wall or killing the host that has trapped you. Oh. Now, one advantage of being weirdly sucked into another player's realm for no adequately explained reason during the last session is that I know what's on the other side of that door, and it's another big mammoth man who I don't want to try and kill me. And I've also sussed out that there's a number of switches around here that presumably the dwarves, or the Girm, I suppose they are, will activate as I run past, and that's what sets those traps in motion that kind of distressed me last time. Alright. Okay. There's two dwarves over there. One of them has the double axe thing. And then there's that... who I think is just gonna try and run for a trap, or... Ah! I was hoping I could get the sword strike out before he hit me with the anvil again, but no. I don't remember if these guys can be backstabbed. They can! Turns out. Oh, hello. Now that's a fog door. Monster ahead, but be wary of lesser foe. Range battle required ahead, then be wary of toxic weakness rolling. So let's get some more poison resistance going and see what's in here. Ooh. Oh, I see. So there is a boss or something in here. Oh, yes, there is. Hello there. What do we have here? Oh, that's a very large thing, whatever the hell it is. Royal Rat Authority. Yeah, see, that's what I meant when I said... Oh my god. That's what I meant when I... Oh, he's got range. It might be worth having... Oh, god damn. Okay, he's gonna pounce or something. Yeah. And I can't get out of his range, it seems. Yeah. Okay. That's not a rat. Rats don't look... That's a dog. That is a dog. I mean, come on. How this... Okay, so I think I have to dodge towards him. Like, I can't dodge away. I can't get out of his range. So I can only get through his range. Whew. Okay, little ones are out of the way. Just you and me now, big guy. I guess this is the closest thing this game has to a Sith boss fight. Yeah. Oh, hit him! Ah! I am dodging! I am dodging it! Wish I had something faster than my crossbow to do it with, but... taking down his little minions right off the bat is a good idea. Ow! It kind of feels like I just don't want to let him get range on me, because then he does the headbutt. But as long as I'm kind of between his legs... like, his sweeps can't hit me. Yeah. This works. Ah, son of a... Ran into his leg. Third time's the charm. If I'm lucky. Yeah, there we go. Whew. Annoying bastard. And another rat tail. Okay. Which I could then use to go and treat with the Rat King, I suppose, to be allowed into his... Or give it to the Rat King to be allowed into his thing. Okay, so the Royal Rat Authority. As far as I could tell, it was sort of a scaled up and you know, bigger model with more fidelity, but it's like basically just the little ones, but larger. Pretty much, yeah. With maybe a few changes to the model and stuff like that, which is something that kind of... Like, if we're gonna talk about rat swarms and rats, like, rat monsters and this idea as creatures, like, because these creatures are plague rats. Like, that's basically what's going on both with the rats in Dark Souls 1 and 2, is that they are the caricature of, like, diseased, horrifying, pestilent plague rats. Kind of like the Skaven from the Warhammer series, which is, like, a common trope in video game design, especially fantasy game design. There's always a dire rat somewhere that needs slaying, which is basically what I just did. I mean, there's something there in terms of the rats as symbols of decay, as bearers of disease. Like, they're literally toxic, after all. And they cause bleed and, petrification, I think one of them was kind of building up on me, too. Which I guess ties into the world building of Drang Lake as a world that's very much on the decline, that's in decay, which is what we're seeing everywhere, from Hydas Tower with its, like, literally a place that's in shambles, to, like, Majula, which is a very run-down, broken-down old town, which is sort of the same kind of state of decay that we saw in Dark Souls 1, albeit with a different kind of expression. And with the the Royal Rat Authority occupying this particular cave, like, this looks almost like a cathedral, right? Like, you've got the light shining down from above in these magnificent structures. And it looks like it should be a place of ceremony for the people who used to occupy this place, the Gyrim, I suppose. But here, the only king that's here, like, the only authority that's here, is a giant poison-riddled, diseased rat and his poison-riddled, diseased subjects. Like, they're the lords and masters of the place now. Hello.
Thou returnst.
Is that him again?
I am not unkind. Shouldst thou forbear thy ways, audience shall be thine. Swearest thou to serve me true?
Yeah, why not?
Thou hast the eyes of one who perceiveth true beauty. Human, thou mayst serve. Take this ring. It was forged by a human who was once among us.
Crest of the
ring
rat.
Draws to thee those who would defile our burrow. Wear the ring whenever thou art near, and destroy those who would dare provoke our ire. I will grant unto thee all thou shouldst so desire. I prithee serve with a true rat's honor.
By the way, the archaic English in Dark Souls 2 is a lot better than it was in Dark Souls 1. He's been correct in his uses of thou, thee, prithee, and so on in the dialogue so far.
Speak thy mind, servant. Knowest thee of the lockstones? Those odd contraptions fashioned by human hand long ago. Thou art human, and thence able. I know thy kind, base plotters and schemers all. Put these contraptions to thy employ against thy foe.
Okay, what can he offer me to purchase, though? Oh, petrification resist, bleeding resist. That's actually quite nice. Corrosive urn uses acid to destroy equipment. Oh, that's just evil. So I guess that's all there was here? Like a boss fight that's connected to the Rat King and that's that? Okay. Well, okay. Doors of Pharos successfully explored, I suppose. Let's see, did I get a soul for the Royal Rat Authority? I should probably check that. Oh, there. Those who choose to serve the Rat King must have the courage to face his challenges. So basically just kind of like the Rat Vanguard. Yeah, so both of those are basically like initiation rituals to the cult of the rat. Well, I think there's probably a video somewhere in looking at the Royal Rat Authority and the Royal Rat Vanguard and talking a little bit about metaphors of decay and disease and destruction. You deal with this, Future Skyne. Take it away. Oh gee, thanks for dumping the mess on me, past Skyen. Anyway, let's talk about the Royal Rat Vanguard and the Royal Rat Authority. And we'll start by just talking about rats in general. Because rats, perhaps even more than goblins and orcs, are the stereotypical low-level RPG fantasy enemy. It is always the stereotype that when you are an adventurer just beginning on your grand quest, some of your first adventures will involve killing dire rats in the basement of some inn, or going to a certain place and bringing back 5 rat tails for a quest giver. And that particular cultural relationship, where humankind sees rats as an enemy that must be destroyed, as a kind of fundamentally evil creature, the same way that we look at spiders, goes back quite a long way. And it's easy to see why rats are considered pest creatures. To a rural farming population, rats were a problem because they stole food, grain, from your stores, first of all, and because their droppings and their pee could taint or spoil your stores. In more modern times, rats present a problem because they are capable of chewing through almost anything and will do so in order to gain access to food and warm places to live, including our houses, our walls, our furniture, and our living spaces. But the pinnacle of humanity's antagonistic relationship with rats probably comes in the form of the Black Death. The Black Death is one of the most terrifying and destructive pandemics in all of human history. Depending on the sources that you read and the calculations that are made, 75 to 200 million people died in Eurasia between the late 1340s and the early 1350s. Now, the Black Death is a bacterium called Yersinia pestis, which, like most terrifying plagues, originated in animals and then managed to travel into human hosts, where a relatively benign infection that allows its normal hosts to survive for a long time turned terrifyingly lethal. Now, in the 1900s, a theory emerged about the spread of the plague, arguing that the plague had been spread by black rats who carried the disease with them as they hitched rides in human caravans and on human ships. This theory then combined with already present animosities towards rats as pest creatures, and eventually resulted in the modern-day trope of rats as these plague-bearing, disease-ridden, filthy, disgusting little sewer creatures that only exist to spread death and disease to human beings if you don't drive them out and kill them. So on the one hand, we have this cultural image of rats as being incredibly dangerous by virtue of their ability to spread disease, but then on the other hand, rats are objectively not very threatening creatures. They're quite small, they're quite easy to deal with, and they're generally terrified of human beings and run away at the first sight of us. All of that combines to make them the perfect archetype for a simple, easy-to-kill, early-game RPG enemy. They're dangerous and associated with danger in our culture, but they're not so dangerous that an inexperienced adventurer can't deal with them. The other thing that rats tend to be associated with is rapid breeding, and so rat swarms also become a convenient foe for use in video games, like for example in Plague Tale Innocence, where overwhelming tides of infected plague rats are one of the obstacles you have to navigate to get through the game, or in the Dishonored games where you can actually weaponize swarms of rats against your enemies to kill them and consume their corpses. And the rats in Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 fall pretty neatly into this category as well. They are universally diseased, half-rotten, skeletal, ugly, disgusting little critters who don't present much of a threat to you on their own, but who can infect you with all kinds of negative status changes if you should allow them to hit you one too many times. Now, unlike what I thought when I was fighting it, the Royal Rat Vanguard is actually one specific individual rat, identified by the long mohawk-like mane it's got on the back of its neck. But outside of that small identifying feature, which I completely failed to notice, its entire character design is designed to look as much like its rat underlings as possible because, well, that's the gimmick of the boss fight. Find the one you're supposed to hit while trying to avoid all the others. The Royal Rat Authority, though, are not rats at all. Neither the giant boss nor its little underlings are, from a character design perspective, rats in any meaningful way. They don't have rodent-like incisors, and the entire anatomy of the creatures is much closer to that of some kind of mutated dog. And yet, I suspect a lot of people who fight the Royal Rat Authority, at least for the first time, will read it as a rat creature. Well, first of all, because it's called the Royal Rat Authority, but also because it shares so many of the other visual markers of rats in fantasy video games that we've been talking about. Disease-ridden, disgusting, plague-bearing, status change inflicting, and with a naked tail. Which tells you that in character design, sometimes it's less important what something actually looks like, and more important what kinds of markers and significant attributes something has when it comes to how we read the thing. You can transform an animal from one thing into another, not by changing its anatomy, but by changing what other associations you create with the creature. So the next question then is, what do rats mean in the context of Dark Souls 2? Now, through the course of this series, I've been building this elaborate reading about personal identity and the importance of memories and figuring out who you are that isn't necessarily going to map cleanly onto every boss we fight, and this is probably going to be one of those times. I don't think the Royal Rat Authority and the Royal Rat Vanguard have anything especially interesting to say about my whole personal identity riff, outside of maybe a vague idea that the Royal Rat Vanguard represents a kind of horde identity, a sort of sublimation of the self in service of the group, but we have better examples of that elsewhere, and it's kind of undercut by the fact that the Royal Rat Vanguard is indeed one individual creature and not a Gestalt consciousness representing the whole group kind of thing. No, I think what the Rat King and his rat minions and the rat bosses that we've been fighting in this video, and thank God I fought the both of them back to back, by the way, otherwise this would have been a really difficult video to make. I think they speak more to the world building of Drangleic. They're more of a commentary on the state of the world, and indeed its systems and structures of power and authority. Because both of them are guardians of the burrows of the Rat King, and where is it exactly that the Rat King has made his burrows? In the Grave of the Saints, which, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a pretty important religious site of worship to me, and in the doors of Pharos, this fallen kingdom of the dwarves, or the Girm. And as I commented on when we fought the Royal Rat Authority, his arena looks like a cathedral, this grand vaulting open space with this raised platform at the front where some kind of ceremony or authority figure would be standing and delivering a sermon or a series of commandments, with glorious light spilling down from above. This is a place that looks like a church, a place of worship, somewhere deeply important to a culture. And who should we find there? What authority should dwell there but a giant, deceased, plague-carrying, well, not technically a rat, but for the purposes of this discussion, rat. And it's the same thing in the Grave of Saints. This hallowed resting place of presumably very important people has turned into little more than just a giant nest, a giant infestation of rats. And as we talked about already, the common associations with rats in culture are disease, plague, destruction, decay. Rats are a sign of poor hygiene, poor maintenance. It's a sign of something that's crumbling and falling apart at the seams. Because the authorities and the power structures that used to rule over the world, over these parts of the world, have failed and fallen away, they have now been taken over by a new authority. The Rat King, the King of Decay, of disease and destruction. Although the Rat King himself doesn't quite see it that way. To hear him tell it, humans are the interloper, trampling all over his burrows. Humans, as he says, bring nothing but filth. Which on the one hand is an amusingly ironic statement coming from a creature sitting atop a mound of bones while clearly being infected and diseased himself. But it also invites the comparison. How different are the kingdoms of the Rat King to the kingdoms of men? Because what we've wandered through so far is mostly ancient broken ruins and tortured souls slowly going insane, an endless parade through death and undeath, and desperate hollows scrabbling to steal the souls of one another. And at that point, maybe the Rat King and his burrows, besides being obviously just there to facilitate a PvP mechanic, also offers a little bit of commentary on the state of Drang Lake. Because we know that before Drang Lake there was a Lordran, there was a previous Age of Fire which burned out and demanded human sacrifice God knows how many times. And just as the King of Rats is moving into the crumbled ruins of Vendrick's kingdom, so did Vendrick move into the crumbled ruins of whatever came before Drang Lake. And whatever came before Drang Lake colonized the ruins of whatever came before them, and whatever came before them, and whatever came before them, all the way back to the first fire and the failure of Lord Gwyn. So all hail the Rat King, a worthy successor to the legacy left behind by the kings of men. Hey, thank you very much for watching the first episode of the Boss Designs of Dark Souls of 2020. Now, I've made a slight New Year's resolution to really buckle down on this series and get it done so that we can start Bloodborne before we head into 2021. Personally, I'm quite excited for it, and I'm giving all of you permission to every once in a while, if it's been a while between the episodes, to ask in the comments, hey, when's the next Boss Design of Dark Souls coming out? Just to keep my feet to the fire, you know? Anyway, the Boss Designs of Dark Souls is probably my favorite series to make on this channel, but it's also the content I make that makes the least money. The ad rates on Dark Souls content aren't great to begin with, and this series doesn't get a ton of views. So, if you want to support me making this series, then I would really appreciate your support on patreon.com or one-time donations via the tip jar that I've got down in the description. If you're not willing or able to do that, then a like, a comment, and maybe a subscription to the channel with hitting the bell icon also helps out quite a lot. Numbers going up is, after all, really the only thing that YouTube cares about, and it's the only way that a channel like mine gets to survive and grow. If you don't want to do any of that, that is of course also completely fine. I'm just happy that you've watched the video this far. But the one thing I will say, like I say at the end of all of my videos, is that even if you don't want to support me directly financially, that's completely okay. But if you have content creators whose work you enjoy, please consider supporting them directly whenever you can with whatever you can, because even a single dollar donation can be quite literally the same as thousands of views on a video. So especially for smaller content creators, people who are just starting out, that early support can mean absolutely everything, not just in terms of the money that comes in, but also just the moral support and encouragement that comes from having people who are willing to actually dip into their pockets to help you out. Again, even if you don't want to support me, that's completely fine, but please consider supporting supporting the content creators whose work you do enjoy. If you haven't enjoyed this video though, well, there's a dislike button right down below that you can click in order to ruin my ancient and venerable kingdom, set the rot of disease on my people, and watch the towers of my land crumble before you, and you shall be the Rat King of YouTube.